Imagine with me for a moment, this lovely, lovely young lady, and she finds this strong, strapping young man, and well, they fall in love together, and they get married. Come to find out, the man is kind of an abuser. He's very rude to her, calls her names, tells her she has to do this and she has to do that. He makes her do all the work at the house. She wishes she could get out of this relationship. One day, she meets another really nice man. This time, this man is actually genuinely very, very nice, but this girl grew up with morals and she doesn't believe it's right to just leave her husband, no matter how mean he is. But she starts having an affinity towards this other man. Eventually, her husband dies. And she finally gets the opportunity to get to know this other really nice man. She falls in love with him, and they get married. The man showers her with love and affection. He's serving her constantly. He's helping out with all the work around the house. She starts realizing that she's doing the same thing she was doing with her last husband. She's still doing all the work that she was doing before. In fact, she's working just as much. She's happy. What made the difference? I really like this example because this is our relationship with Jesus. A lot of people have had a very negative view of Jesus and religion. A big reason why a lot of Vermonters aren't going to church is because they don't see a God of love. They don't see that kind, caring, affectionate God. They see a God that says, do this and do that, and if you don't, you're going to hell. So most people just go away from that. But Jesus isn't like that. Yes, Jesus says, obey my commandments, but he does it because he loves us. Remember, the first husband wasn't really showing love to her, but the second husband showered her with love, showered her with affection. This is what Jesus wants to do for us. He wants to show us his love. I'm convinced that the more I read this book, the more I receive the love of Jesus. A lot of reasons why we don't believe that God is a God of love is because we stay away from this thing. This is a love letter from Jesus. Jesus wants to enter into our experience. Although I sometimes even struggle with my view of God, when I first came to know Jesus, I really didn't trust him. But when I started seeking the Lord for myself, when I started calling on him, Romans chapter 8 tells us, whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. When I started praying to him, I started seeing that God of love. And he came into my life and he said, I love you so much. You know all that darkness you've been struggling with? All that pain you've been going through? I'm the healing balm of Gilead. I want to heal you. And he did. He respects our free will. Because a lot of people are like, well, why isn't Jesus helping me with this? Or why doesn't Jesus help that person? Could it be they're not reaching out to him? See, Jesus is not going to force us in any way. Love cannot be forced. But if we call on him, as the scriptures tell us, he will abundantly show us his love. And the more I look at his love for me, the more it awakens a love for him. I want to invite you to seek Jesus. I want to invite you to call upon Jesus and let him show you his love.